Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Wyoming Seminary boys tennis. Joining us is the head coach, Allison, Joanlanne, and, of course, the senior, Chris Kim, the #1 player there at SEM. Well, Coach, a nice team this year and a very good year. Once again, great tradition at Wyoming Seminary. Tell us about your team.
Yes, hi. Well, we have a great group, 4 returning seniors, Chris Kim and Matt Cartwright and Matt Obeid. And we're having a great season. We're undefeated. And we're looking forward to playoffs next week and then doubles and singles districts after that.
Well, tell us about this senior in Chris Kim. Talk about the talents that he has on the tennis court for SEM.
Well, Chris has been a great leader of the team. He plays #1. He's got a great game. He's improved a lot over the 4 years. And he's having a great season so far. He hasn't lost a match.
Let's welcome in senior Chris Kim here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Well, Chris, your coach mentioned you're playing some great tennis. What's your confidence level at as we approach the time when you have to be playing your best tennis the month of May?
Right now I'm feeling really good about my game. The last few weeks I've really been putting in a lot of work and really fixing up a lot of the errors that I have in my game. With my footwork, I've been really working to try to get my footwork and my racket preparation get better, so I'm hitting my shots all the same and hitting a much better ball. And because of that, I have a lot more confidence every time I play now.
Chris, what would you say the strong points of your game are, whether it's your serve or your forehand? What do you feel pretty confident about now?
More recently, I feel really confident about my serve and my forehand, I guess. I'm a pretty aggressive player, so I always like to attack, so I like to hit my serve pretty hard and then hopefully get a short forehand or something so I can come in off of it.
Chris, when you talk about being a senior and being the #1 player at SEM who seems to be undefeated or right up there each and every year, what kind of leadership skills do you have? Are you the kind of guy that goes out there and tries to get everybody going, or do you just go out there and play your game and see if everybody else kind of follows suit with your work ethic that you've put into the tennis game?
Well, in practice, I think one of the things that I can help out with the other players on the team is that I've had a lot of experience outside of the season, especially because I play all year round and play a lot of tournaments. So I have a lot of match experience, and I know a lot of strategy and a lot of things that I can help out with the doubles players. And definitely during the matches, once I'm done with my match, I like to go and cheer on the other guys and try to motivate them to play well and to keep fighting.
Let's get back to Coach Allison Joanlanne here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Locations in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Coach, when you're coaching tennis at the high school level and you see Chris improving, you mentioned the work that he's put in. Do you try to pick on little things, each practice to say, okay, let's work on this today, or and trying to make each kid as well-rounded as they could and become more complete tennis players?
Oh, yeah, that's our goal every day. We're always working on something, even, from Chris all the way down, the ladder of the team. So everyone has something to work on every day, whether it's footwork or, shot placement or, the way they're hitting the ball, targets, trying to get their serve into a certain target. So there's always something, and all the whole team is really good about learning and working hard and getting better all the time. So I'm really happy with the team.
Coach, when you talk about the competition this year in the Wyoming Valley Conference, tell us about some of your tougher matches that you've had. And then, of course, now the districts will be coming up. Tell us about what your expectations are, some of the teams from the Lackawanna League. Our
toughest match so far has been with Pittston area. They have a good singles lineup. We lost our #2 and #3 court with them. So in our #1 court, Chris's court was a close match, but we pulled it out and we won 3-2. So that's been a tough match. And then now we're looking at District 2 playoffs in the AA League, and it looks like, Scranton Prep is the Lackawanna, representative from there, and they're always a good team, and we'll probably play them in the final if everything goes right. And they're going to be tough once again. It's always our rivals, so we're trying to get ready for it.
Chris Kim and Allison Joanlanne here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Well, Chris, you are a senior. Tell us about your future endeavors after Wyoming Seminary. What are your future plans?
Well, next year I'm going to Lafayette College in Easton, and I'm hoping to play tennis there. They have a good team there, so it's going to be really hard to make their team. But I've talked to their coach, and he thinks that I can have potential to make their team. So I'm just going to really work as hard as I can over the summer and in the fall next year, so I can do whatever I can to make their team.
Chris, how about the opportunity that you have at hand? You mentioned heading down Route 33 to Lafayette. Good preparation, I'm sure, for you both academically and athletically at Wyoming Seminary.
Yeah, for sure. Wyoming Seminary has done a great job with their academics all 4 years, so I feel pretty confident academically. And then also our tennis team has been good every year, so I've gotten a lot of good practice playing with good players here.
Well, it should be an interesting month of May to see how things shake out on the team side for District 2 AA, individuals, and then, of course, doubles. So we'll see how Chris Kim matches up with some of the players from the Lackawanna League and, of course, his teammates at Wyoming Seminary, the Blue Knights. Chris, thank you for your time. And Allison Joanlanne, as always, we appreciate your time as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wyoming Seminary Blue Knights tennis here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.